Okay, yard fanatics, welcome back to another episode of Bermuda Grass Central. This video here is about your last cut of the fall. All right, once again, guys, if you hadn't subscribed, hit that subscription button, click that notification bell. Every time BYD uploads a video to YouTube, you will be notified. All right, guys, this video is real simple. It's probably one of the most important cuts. It's a lot that you need to know about it. So let's just jump right into the video. Okay, guys, here we are, Stockbridge, Georgia. It is hot as H. Everybody yard is toast. First day of fall, everybody yard is toast. You can see it. Everybody yard is toast. All right, we don't have anybody out here who has green yard. Although there is one place in the subdivision that has it, and that's actually the front entrance, but that's the neighbor's yard. Mine is toast. I tried to hang on to it as much as I can. My back is actually doing better than the front. Let's go check it out. Okay, guys, you can see, and generally it's because I got all this shade back here, so it's not getting as much heat. Kind of windy out here, guys, so sorry for the wind. Grass is over 3 inches tall. Well, not actually. It's actually right at 2.5, 3 inches. All right, you see Bermuda grass seed heads. Okay, and I haven't cut this grass in probably a month. Yeah, that long. Now, you know, generally I cut my grass every two times a week, up to 3 times a week. All right, so the drought has took its toll, guys. Like I said, we're going on. It's like, it's ridiculous, man. Like 2 months, man. No rain, man. And I just could not water it in. Now, the myth of you watering your Bermuda lawn a lot and it'll stay green during drought is true. My front entrance, and I'll show you that. So I'll show you this real quick. And like I said, this is the part that's not watered. All right, and here go the part that's watered. So you can see that it's green, even on the other side. Like I said, they water this, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's nightly. You see how green that is? Got a lot of nutsedge in it. You see that, all kinds of stuff in it. Buttonweed, I think that's buttonweed, I'm not sure. Nutsedge. Yeah, but it's green, that's my point. So that watering does help. It's green, and they water it nightly. I don't know if nightly, but I know they water it a lot at night. And the section that they water is green. So yeah, you water your Bermuda, it's gonna take it, man. It's gonna stay green, but you can see it's toast. All right, a couple things we need to talk about real quick. Let's look at the equipment. Okay, guys, you see it first day of fall. I think it's the 23rd, September 23rd. What's today's date, BYD Junior? Yeah, day the 23rd, and I put out a few pumpkins. You know, I get a little festive with it. You know, we got a couple of them there, one there, we got one over there, and we got one right here. All right, and generally what I do is around the 1st of October, I'll come back. We'll bring the pumpkins on the inside, wash them off real good, and draw some not really evil, scary faces, but you know, pumpkin, silly, scary faces. And we'll put that on there. And you saw that in my last video from last year. That's a link above if you would just want to watch that Halloween video. You know, it's all fun right now, guys, because like I said, we're coming down to the end. But let me explain one thing to you real quick. Okay, yard fanatics. Now, this is something, let me explain it to you. When you put down your pre-emergent, all right, and it creates that barrier, you will get your best results if you don't cut across that. You see BYD Junior? If you don't cut across it, all right. I get the question, BYD, if I break my barrier, all the weeds are gonna pop up. No, they're not. That chemical is still in your lawn regardless, all right? And I know there's a lot of people saying if you put it out there and you drive across it, you break the barrier and it's all for nothing. But no, that's not true. you're still gonna get protection. You will get your best protection if you do your last cut and you put down a pre-emergent after that and have it watered in real good, and don't touch it again until next year. But listen, I'm a true yard fanatic. I can't do that. I got leaves constantly falling on my yard. I like to give my yard a freshen up cut, I call it, which means even in the winter, fall and winter time, when it's starting to dull out and look dark brown, I like to go across and just scave off a little piece of it so to brighten the color up on it, so my yard will look different from everybody else. Thus, crush thy neighbor. Okay, you always want to have your yard looking better than your neighbors, regardless of who they are. I don't care if Jesus Christ is standing beside you. You might have some issues, but make your yard look better than his, because he's going to be out too busy saving lives. He ain't going to have time to cut his grass. Maybe you could cut it for him. But my point is, crush thy neighbor all the time. So I'll be doing slight mowing. I have a video about how to get 100% pure organic fertilizer with your leaves. All right, and cutting your yard during the fall and the winter, it's a different process. Now, if you got your yard cut and you don't want to touch it no more and you get leaves on it, as long as you got a wood line, you can blow all those leaves back up into the wood line. But if your yard sits out and you can't bag them up, then you can mulch them into the ground, and that's your 100% natural fertilizer. Now, if you don't want to if you don't want to mulch them, you can always use a bagger to bag them up. If your yard is full of weeds headed into the fall, bag your lawn. Okay, I don't know what else to tell you. Bag your lawn. Do not keep cutting and mulching weeds back into the lawn. You want to bag it up. All right, so let's just get to it. Quick video. Just want to kind of show you how me and BYD Jr. does it during the fall. And like I said, this is the beginning of fall. So throughout fall, when the temperatures start to drop, right now we had a couple of cool days, but the temperature is coming right back up to 90, guys. I think right now I don't have my Apple Watch on, but I think it's like 80-something degrees. And I'm sweating, and I hadn't even done anything. So let's go ahead and I'll just show you a couple of things that you need to know about cutting your yard Bermuda lawn in the fall. Okay, yard fanatics, just depending on what kind of mower you got, doesn't matter. You know, we got the 22-inch snapper all-wheel drive mower. We got our weed eater, stick edger right here. And if you hadn't seen, I got an awesome video because I just put on a new weed eater head for my still. This is only for still. It's called an auto feed, which is like a quicker way of weed eating without having to deal with all that string. It's the still, what is it, C26-2. Got a video for that. Click above if you want to watch that little fun video. We got our still backpack blower. Of course, you know we got the big one. All right, I don't have my bagger kit on that one. I got a strictly mulching kit, and right here that bagger goes to the snapper, and of course we got the classic. Now I got some this video right here. I don't know how many views it has. I think it has 20 or 30,000 views. This is a video you need to click if you don't own one. Now, if you went against BYD and you bought one, and you now know that this Fiskars is a novelty item, this is not a primary lawnmower, I'm gonna be real with you, it's a waste of money, because you will get sick and tired of it after 3 or 4 cuts if you have a larger property. If you got 1,000 or 2,000 square feet and you want to get out there and fake the exercise, like, oh, I'm gonna do it because I love to exercise, then yeah, that may be fine. But I'm just telling you, if I had to choose between that and for you guys who looking at this saying, oh, you need to get a gas powered real mower, that is true, but this is for the average homeowner. Nobody can go out and spend $300, $400, $500, $600, $1,200 on a real mower. That's unrealistic. Those are videos that you see on YouTube that guys shoot, but the average homeowner is not going to make a $1,400 investment on a real mower. They're going to go out and spend $200, $300 on one of these push mowers because they're thinking about when they grew up. All right, waste of money. Watch that video. All right, first thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to go ahead and stick edge this thing, and we just want to get it nice and neat. Stick edge. When we cut it, we're only hitting the top. We're not trying to cut the yard. It is very crucial that you understand this, guys. Do not scalp your lawn during a drought. You will send your grass into straight dormancy. It's going to spend a lot of energy trying to push to try to push top growth. And there is no top growth going on in the fall with your Bermuda lawn. All right, you're gonna mess up the way that it grows. Your green up may take a little, actually longer, because you're gonna damage your lawn if you scalp it during a drought. Now, I did a video called the green hit. That's totally different. That's not doing a drought. That's when your grass basically has got away from you. All right, and you're getting hydration, and the temperatures are not like they are now. All right, so let's go ahead and kick this video off with BYD stick edging and me cutting the grass. Okay, yard fanatics, while Christopher is BYD Jr. is stick edging, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start cutting this part of the yard over here. And like I said, I'm gonna raise that mower up, so I'm just taking off just a taste. I don't want to do too much, hit it too hard, because I don't want to stress it no more than what it's being stressed. Like I said, right now my grass is soft, it's not crunchy, but it's dehydrated. I mean, you saw how pretty my yard was, and that's what happens when you get heat, man. It will dehydrate your lawn. So if this has happened to you, I don't want you to get worried or upset or thinking that you're losing, because as long as you're watching Bermuda Grass Central, I'm gonna keep you winning. That's point blank. I will keep you winning. But everybody is going through that drought. Now, if you see some yards that are totally green in a drought area, that means they have hydration. They have a sprinkler system, more than likely. So let me go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Like I said, I just want to scathe it. I don't want to scalp my lawn. If you're cutting your lawn at 3 inches right now, keep cutting it at 3 inches. If you're cutting it at 2, keep cutting it at 2. If you're cutting at 1 inch, that means you're a true yard fanatic. You've been on it all season long, all right? But don't scalp your lawn. What we're gonna do is, throughout the fall and winter, we're gonna take bits and pieces off of it to get it down to that 1 inch premium level that I love so much when it comes for next season, all right? So don't worry if you're right at 3 inches. Just let's coast into the next year, and we'll take little bits off at a time, half an inch, and by the time next season get here, we'll have it down to 1 inch. Now, come next season, if you want to scalp, totally different story. Got a video for that also. Guys, if you go to my homepage and you check my video catalog, I have over almost 300 videos at your disposal. All of this stuff will help you get your lawn where you want it to be. So let me go ahead and just take a taste off my grass right now. Yeah, I'm gonna get it right at 2 inches, because I think my front part is right at 2 inches and my back is right at 3 inches. All right, so I'll show you how it looks when I adjust. Hey guys, like I said, I went ahead and adjusted. You see that? And once again, like I said, we're gonna just take a little bit off. BYD Jr. is gonna cut the other side at max height with that lawnmower right there. That's a 22-inch snapper. And like I said, guys, we're not scalping. We're not really cutting. We just want this thing to look neat. We're gonna try to remove as many leaves as possible. I don't have really a lot on here, so if we're just gonna stick with the mulching. Once again, if you have weeds, guys, even though you've treated them, bag them up. I'm telling you, if you got a lot. Now, if you got a minimum, you know, what I mean by a lot of weeds, your yard 40% and up on weeds, and you treat it, I'll still bag it. Even though the instructions may say, hey, leave it there, bag it up, because you have weed seeds in those weeds, and that weed formula is not necessarily going to kill the weed seed. The pre-emergent will, or your pre-emergent will, but that won't. So to help lessen the effect of weeds, we want to try to remove as many as possible, correct? We don't want to solely rely on a chemical to get rid of all our problems. We want to try to help it along. All right, this is why some people are crushing thy neighbor more than others, all right? So I'll let BYD do that, and I'll go ahead and cut the other side. Okay, y'all fanatics, now we cut that part right there, right? Now you see how nice, how neat it looks. Everything's edged up. Like I said, this is the fall cut, so we got some pumpkins out here, you know, guys, just for the festive part of it. Plus Halloween's right around the corner. BYD Jr. got me lined up real good. Remember, we use a stick edger, not a weed eater, to line up our lines. That's how we get them perfect. All right, the other thing I want to talk to you about is this. Now, some of you guys may have a property where you're getting leaves. You got options. You have options. One thing you could do is bag it. Now, I don't have an extreme amount right now. I will later on, but not right now. So, even if I did, I'm just going to mulch it. All right. Now, bagging takes up a lot of time. Then you got to have somewhere to dispose of it. If you bought a lawnmower that does not have a mulching feature on it, take it back. You have wasted your money. All right, I put a picture up on Instagram. Hopefully that picture will be showing. If you bought a mower like this, guys, you wasted your money. First time homeowners are always trying to save some money, and we go out and buy the cheapest mower we can get. Then after you use it 4 or 5 times, you realize you made a mistake. You go spending $200-300 on the mower that you should have got from the get-go. That little $130 you wasted on the cheap mower, you could have got a weed eater or a blower with that. Don't go cheap, guys. Go moderate, but don't go cheap. All right, so you could bag it. It's going to take a lot of time. What we're going to do is mulch, but let's say that was the last cut and you're still getting leaves. You can actually use your blower to blow them back into your wood lines, or if you don't have wood lines, blow them into a pile, rake them up, put them in the recycle bags, stick them on the curb for the guys to pick them up if your local area picks up your sticks and leaves to be recycled. All right, so let me demonstrate with the blower real quick. Okay guys, that's with the blower. You see how I blew all those leaves back up to the wood line? Now I'm just gonna go ahead and use the mower to go ahead and mow over those and mulch the rest of the stuff up. One important thing, like I said, if that was your last cut of the season, that's fine. But if you look, you see all that white, those little white dots? That's my that's that Sunnyland pre-emergent that I hadn't got watered in all the way yet. So, having said that, once you do this final step, your final cut, You blow all the leaves. Then you put your pre-emergent down. Water it in as directed by the instructions on the bag, and you'll be fine. Now, if you're doing like I'm doing, you got to be careful that you don't blow all your granules out the ground. All right. I started watering, still hadn't finished, guys. I told you it's going to take me 3 or 4 days to get that stuff watered in to penetrate this soil, because it's super, super hard, because the drought, man. It's the drought. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's the drought. I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this up. BYD Jr. is in the back, taking care of the back, and we'll go from there. Okay, yard fanatics, we're back in the back, and we got that BYD Jr. I'm gonna go ahead and let BYD Jr. put the rest of it with this small mower. Mind you, we haven't put any pre-emergent down yet in the back, only the front and sides. So after he gives this thing a nice cut, guys, optimal time to cut your lawn is in the evening time when the temperatures are dropping. All right. The reason for that is less stress on your grass to recover, to take in nutrients, all that good stuff when the temperatures drop. But if you're doing this in the morning and you cut your grass and you got 95, 100 degree weather, it's going to be a harder recovery for your lawn. So it's best to come out here in the evening time and go ahead and tackle this. Now tomorrow, I hadn't applied my liquid pre-emergent yet. Guys, I'm just going to be real with you. It's just been too hot to do a lot of stuff. That's why I'm running behind on these videos. Even with me cutting my regular lawns, that's kind of drying up, but I picked up a few pressure washing jobs. It's just taking longer to do everything, even the pressure washing jobs. I'm taking longer breaks. This heat is no joke, man. I mean, you know, welcome to Georgia. And you guys in Texas, I don't see how you do it, man. I really don't see how you handle that heat. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let BYD Jr. finish this up. I'm gonna do some weed eating. I'm not gonna record all that good stuff. You've seen that before, and I'll give you what they call it, a synopsis, whatever it is. I'll talk about it at the end of this video. Okay, yard fanatics, now you know how to cut your yard for the final cut of the season, even if it's in the fall or even if you wait till the winter. I've given you all the tips that you need so that you'll have a more successful looking lawn next season. Now, I know this season has been rough on a lot of us because we've had that drought, but your Bermuda yard is like Atlanta. It can take it. All right, so if you hadn't clicked that subscription button, guys, click that subscription button, hit that notification bell. Every time BYD uploads a video, you will be notified by YouTube. Once again, you are tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman, and I'll talk to you soon.